Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Plant Fanatics. Today we're going to be talking about up-potting your figs, so stay tuned. There's a couple of tips that I have for you guys when you're growing fig cuttings to be able to easily tell when your fig cutting needs to be up-potted or not. And the first one is, instead of growing in a cup like this, which you can see you can't see anything that's going on here, you grow in a cup like this. This is just a Taco Bell cup that I got when I went to Taco Bell one time, and it was perfect to be reused for fig cuttings because you can see any root growth that's going to be taking place in here, and that's the easiest way to do this. But as you can see here, I didn't use the clear cup, so I'm going to have to find another way of knowing. Now, the best way to do this is simply to grab like that, turn it upside down, give it a couple of good squeezes, and then there you go. And you can see all of that nice root development there. Now, if your cutting looks like this, technically you could repot this. However, I wouldn't recommend doing that quite yet because there's still some more soil in here for the roots to fill up. And that's why I recommend doing it in a clear cup, because when these roots are just totally filling that cup, that's when you want to repot. It means you have a good strong root system going, and it's going to do well in a new soil. You could, like I said, you could technically repot that, and it would probably do fine, especially if you were in a warm environment. But I still recommend waiting a little bit more. Wait till those roots are really filling in this whole area there. And that's the best way to know. And honestly, that's really all there is to it. Now, you could have root growth with no green growth coming out of the top. And you might have no root growth when you have green growing out of the top. So you always want to make sure before you up pot, it's all about that root development. If you're having good root development, you can go ahead and up pot. But I see people ask me sometimes, should I up pot this now? And it'll have like a good root. It's a good strong root going through it. But it's not a lot of roots. It's just one big root or two big roots. That's not going to be good enough to warrant repotting your fig cutting. Like I said, when those roots are filling the entire cup, that's when you want to repot. That's when it's safe to repot, and that's when you're not going to do any damage to your fig cutting. If you've only got like one or two good roots on there, it'll be very easy for you to be repotting and to take it out of the pot and everything, to put it into the new one, and accidentally damage those roots. And if you do that, that could be detrimental to your fig cutting. It could kill it. So wait until those roots are filling up the cup, and it's really that simple. And honestly, if there's no good green growth coming out of the top, I usually like to wait before I up pot it, but you can kind of use your own judgment on that. If you want to up pot it, you could. Obviously, the roots are developing just fine. But I don't really like to up pot until I see at least some green growth coming and those roots are filling the cups. So those are just a couple of things to keep in mind. If you guys have any more questions for me, leave them in the comment section. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and leave a like on this video. Thanks, guys.